Sarah, thank you so much for the dream request. It's so great to see you. I know you've been following for a while, so thanks for finally taking the plunge and sending me one of your dreams. It's got a lot of detail to it, so I'm going to do things a little bit differently. I don't know if you've seen my YouTube before, but consider hitting subscribe, sticking around, seeing some of the other things that people allow me to post publicly. But there's a lot of detail to this one, so I kind of want to make sure that we don't get lost in the details of reading the full story here, but I want to hit these specific symbols because there's something that I do notice. And I've read about this in a couple books, but this is really more something that I've experienced having just interpreted so many dreams over the years, is that dreams that are very long and have a lot of detail, they tend to repeat the same meaning. And they also tend to repeat it 3 times. Yours follows the same exact narrative. It's telling the same story 3 different ways. And the brain does this because it really wants us to understand what it's trying to communicate. And so it tries to attack it from different angles in order for you to get and to process what it is that's left really resolved in your unconscious mind. So let's get to this here. There's a lot of things going on, but let's talk about the first one. There's this reoccurring theme of your husband. In the first part, you say, I was at my husband's work, but not, and you were trying to go shopping and trying to find a parking place. And so there's this reoccurring theme of your husband. And for me, as you kind of go through each of these different stories, it seems to be that there's kind of this distrust of the self, and you're always looking to your husband, looking to this masculine part of you to save you. And this is a real big symbol for you're trying to find a way to incorporate your own ability to save yourself, because sometimes in your life you feel a little bit dependent. And a lot of this reoccurring imagery in this is feeling out of control. Particularly, there's one part in your dream where it says there were many different doors and elevators. I opened the door for the workers by accident and he said, push the door closed. Sorry, the grammar's a little funny. He said, no, not yet, or ooh, not you. And I don't know which one it was. And even as you go through the rest of the dream, there's this confusion about this narrow grassy path, these narrow bridges. And then later on, there's all these choices about these glass shards that you see on the beach. And these have everything to do with choices, with feeling out of control, with not feeling strong enough to be able to make the decisions that you want to make, particularly when you say going shopping. Shopping is another huge symbol for choices. So shopping, glass on the beach, trying to pick those out, seeing another place to buy glass, choices, choices, choices. And then with the elevators are always a symbol for being out of control. You've got this water that's flipping over cars later in the dream, being out of control. Again, your car doesn't start. You can't find your car. Car is a symbol for control. And so you can't find your car. It's a symbol that you don't feel in control. You don't feel like you have the ability to overcome the obstacles that life is throwing your way. It feels very chaotic, and you're always looking to someone else to fix your problems for you because of this lack of confidence inside, not feeling strong enough, not feeling independent or powerful enough to be able to tackle these things. Now, the funny thing about it, though, is that symbol for the waves that are crashing over you, the symbol for all these big, strong, scary things are actually parts of yourself. And so there's kind of 2 levels to this dream for you. Not only one of the chaos that you experience in the world, but 2, the chaos that you experience inside of yourself. Because especially with the symbol later on in the dream about the children, there's vulnerable and innocent and beautiful emotional parts of yourself that feel like they're in the way, that feel like they're in control, that feel like they're not in control, sorry. And even later, those children are kind of telling you, go across the bridge, go into the water. And you're like, no, that's not safe. It's a symbol for the tension inside of you. There's emotional things that you want to do, but you don't feel strong enough or safe enough to be able to do them. And so there's this conflict. And so you see this 3 times. 1, in the very beginning, conflict with choices and emotions and not feeling strong enough, trying to find your husband at work. And then 2, later on, when you are losing your car for the first time. And then 3rd, when you're at the beach, losing your car for the 3rd time. It's the same symbol over and over and over again. And so there's these beautiful things that you want to do with your life and these amazing things that you'd like to be able to do, but you just don't feel the strength, the confidence, or the clarity to be able to do them. And the solution is you do have the confidence and the clarity to be able to do that. And that symbol inside of you, which is kind of beautiful, is your husband. Your husband doesn't have to do it for you, but that image of strong, independent, able to do it on their own lives inside of you. your husband is a projection of a part of you that's currently unexplored. And so what's kind of beautiful is that you get to explore this through your husband, through your children. But really it's reflecting pieces of you that you didn't even know were in there. And that's kind of amazing and beautiful. You're more whole and more complete than you gave yourself credit for. So listen, I know we weren't able to go like deep into this dream because there are so many different symbols. If you want to go deeper into the dream, you're always welcome to join our live classes that we do every week or schedule a session with me. I mean, this is definitely a dream that we could go for an hour and a half on, going into each of the symbols, talking about specifically in your life what feels out of control and what you need to take more responsibility for. But I just don't have enough time in this one video. But I hope that gives you some peace. I hope that gives you some direction in exactly what your mind is trying to tell you and how you can apply it to your life. So I hope you feel really encouraged. And more than anything, thanks for finally jumping on it and sending me one of your dreams. It's very, very cool. And it follows the patterns that I've seen before. Oh, also in the very end, you say that it's more common for you to have dreams when you go back to sleep and wake up. Also very common too, because there's less opportunity when you go to sleep for a short time and wake back up. There's less opportunity for your mind to forget the dream. And so that's really, really cool too. That's definitely why that's happening. And a lot of people experience that as well. In fact, most people dream more often when they nap rather than when they go to sleep for their normal nighttime routine. So Sarah, hope that helps. I know a bunch of ideas are coming to your head. I'd love to discuss them more with you. So put it in the comments, send me an email. Let's figure out how we can connect. And more than anything, just thanks for supporting me and what I do and for supporting the channel. I appreciate you so much. And until we talk again, peace.